Hello and welcome to the UK Surf Show. We are your hosts. I'm Pete.
And I'm Mitch, and on this episode we're going to do a summary of the Surf and Skate Expo and what's brought us down here. It's currently the last day. It's Sunday. The wind hasn't quite kicked in yet. It's supposed to be nuclear, and I managed to get a surf this morning. Last one, because we've surfed every day and almost twice every day, actually. But today was supposed to be howling.
We may have missed an award ceremony.
Possibly, because it was cranking at a spot as well.
There's been quite a lot going on, and there's quite a lot to talk through as well. So let's start at the beginning. Let's start in Ireland.
Yeah, we will start at the beginning. So I was at the WSL Pro Junior event in Bundoran in the west of Ireland. I went there via Portrush, which is nowhere near it. Thank you to the satellite navigation.
You literally went left on a right.
Big shout out, Martin. So that was mega fun. But, we wanted to leave no stone unturned when we were promoting Lost Shore to the Irish, so we went everywhere. That event, I just want to say, but before we get into this episode, how insane it was. I've never been to Ireland's west coast before. The people there, the spots, just everything about it was amazing. Like, we were made to feel so welcome. People were super friendly, and oh my god, the waves. We surfed a spot just beside Mully. And a beach break, and it was just me in the water. It was absolutely nuts. The only reason I got a surf was because the ferry was cancelled twice coming back. Obviously I had a board just in case, and I managed to jump on a surf on the last night whilst we were waiting. So we were supposed to leave on the Saturday from Ireland. I had left all my gear at Lost Shore to then drive to here. So I was going Lost Shore, pick up my stuff, drive down. It's not a terrible drive, and I was going to drive the Sunday, so drive back the Saturday, have a night at home, drive down the Sunday. Ferry's cancelled, bollocks. So we book another ferry for the following morning. I think it's like 6:30 in the morning, something like that. So we have to get up super early. Me and Martin that were over there, we get to the ferry thing and it's cancelled again. Like, oh, for fuck's sake. And it's like now 11:30. It's a 2.5 hour ferry back to Stranraer. From Stranraer it's 2.5 hours back to Lost Shore. And then obviously it's like a probably 10-hour drive down to Newquay from there. Annoyingly, if you go from Stranraer, actually you cut off quite a lot of the journey because where you are on the west coast. So it would have been perfect going from there. But I had to go back to the resort to get my stuff.
What did you have to go back to get?
Well, all my personal gear, which I've got with me, pleased to say. So
what
I've
else
got all my
did you
clothes.
get?
There was, nothing major. There's probably like all the UK Surf Show cameras and lights and stuff like that. But you don't need any of that, So I kind of forgot all of that as I left in such a hurry. And it really kind of summed up. It was a 19-hour journey, and I was in and out because I didn't want to get roped into conversations. You know how it is. Even this week, when we've been trying to do stuff, the amount of people we bump into.
Well, I mean, like yesterday at the expo, we said we're just going to pop round the expo village quickly, and I mean, an hour and a half, we were 3 stalls down. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, so I forgot all the camera gear, and we've got like a new camera to use and stuff, and it was like good time to experiment. But it ended up being a time to experiment with phone footage instead of actual cameras. So that was a nightmare. 19-hour driving, but I got here. I made it in one go. In the car, straight to Bude, and we got into Bude I think I got on at like 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And actually, I was in pretty good spirits. I told you, what do I do when I get there, Pete? Just phone me. I was like, Pete, I don't want to state the obvious, but make sure your phone isn't on silent. So when I arrive at 4:30, fucked out of my arse, you will answer.
Yeah.
What happened?
I answered.
Did you?
Yeah.
Or was your phone on Do Not Disturb mode?
My phone automatically went on to Do Not Disturb mode, even though I turned it off for some reason. It went back onto it. So, but because you rang twice within like 5 minutes, it answered. So it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. You got in. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, Bude, and we did a couple of guests in Bude.
We did.
And then we did straight down to Newquay to this Airbnb that is, we've had, I don't know. It could be much worse, couldn't it?
we could be, if I'm being pernickety, we could be closer to South Fisherville. I mean, I'm looking out the window now and I can see the beach and stuff, but it's maybe like a 50-metre walk to the stairs. Like, it could have been a 30-metre walk,
It's been a hard life.
It's been really hard. But the Airbnb, I mean, we've landed on our feet with this one. Like, been able to see the water, been able to just hear it as well, trying to sleep, and all the Neds cutting by, pissed up in the middle of the night, and all the motors fighting for spaces stupidly early. But it's been an epic location. I think the week in general has probably been the best week we've done because we, apart from Bude, because we, so much driving and I got in at stupid o'clock and it was howling, we've surfed every day since then.
Yep.
Every day, and most days twice, which has been absolutely awesome. Which probably, before I get into the surfs, I wanted to mention the water temperature. It's not as relevant to here, because obviously here we're in the northeast of the southwest of France,
as you
in
say.
Cornwall. Yeah, I think I've nailed that now. And so the water's super warm. Surprisingly, I mean, it's. I don't actually know what it is. I've not looked, but it's super warm. So
I think some of them were saying like 16, 18 degrees, something like that. I think.
So before I came down, Island surf and the surfs. I had one surf not long before, and I nearly said it, and my favourite go-to spot at home. And obviously, I'm used to the water being warm at Lost Shore. It's still sort of hovering around 18, 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's warmer there, and it's not going to be as warm in the sea. But the sea at home, I mean, it's been the shittest year for swell for one on the East Coast. And I know the guys have scored while I've been down here, so well done them. And I remember thinking, should I wear my tutu that I've been in the whole time? And I was like, nah. It was the back end of summer.
You got a tutu, have you?
Yeah, I've got a tutu shorty.
I've been like a tutu, like
a tutu.
tutu.
And I was like, should I wear that? And I went, nah, it's definitely not going to be warm enough for that. At home, I mean, not in UK. And I put my 4.3 on, and I was like, definitely don't need boots, gloves. Like, it's still summer. And I remember paddling out and thinking, fuck, I wish I'd put my boots and gloves on. Like, I feel like, although it's been a pretty sustained warm summer, I think we just had such a long, cold winter up north.
Yeah, I think, it's been the complete opposite down here. I mean, I've been in the sea in a shorty a lot of the time, and it's nowhere near. Well, speaking of cold water, actually, it would take me on to, I've been in the surface suit in the 3.2, I've been in the Tiki, I think it's a 2.2 or it's the 3.2 shorty. Right. And then I put first day down here, I think it was it the Tuesday morning?
Yeah, it would have been.
It was a Tuesday morning. We went for a surf in South Fistral, and I put my 4.3 O'Neill on, and it was too hot. It was like, I thought, because the temperature in the air felt like it had gone colder, I was like, I'll put the 4.3 O'Neill on they've sent me, put that on, and I was sweating in it. I kept having to flush it through, which is a testament to it. So I think how good it's going to be, and it made me feel like actually I can carry on wearing the 3.2 at the moment that I've got until it gets quite a lot colder, and then I'll put that 4.3 on. I could probably be in that 4.3 for most of winter. I
think you could down here for sure, but
it's super warm. It's really impressive. And I haven't had an O'Neill suit for, I don't know, 3 to 5 years, something like that. And how much the technology's just changed in that time as well is pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah, no, the suits are amazing, and it's actually a good testament. And actually, me saying that you can wear a 4.3 all year down here, that's not a slant on like southern fairiness and all that sort of banter, but it's just you're just acclimatized to what you're used to. Yeah. So of course, coming up to Scotland, if you surf here all the time, is going to feel stupidly cold, but you're just acclimatized to it. I should say as well, in my haste of forgetting all the camera gear, I had the one board I took to Ireland with me. I think I took my my 510 mashup, and hopefully people have seen that my son just turned 18, and I bought him a 6.0 mashup for his birthday. I was pretty adamant he was getting a volcanic, and it had to be a 6.2. And he's just, I guess he's this like typical youth that's like kind of just getting into surfing and getting immersed in like the surf world and social media.
He's basically just a young version of you.
Well, no, because I'm not so fussed about just wanting to be on the shortest equipment possible.
The statement in a minute is going to contradict that completely.
It's not. But I know what I need. So we kind of long conversation. He just wanted the shortest possible board, and he's like, "Oh, Paizel looks cool. That's what it needs to be." I'm like, "Look, you're surfing in the pool all the time. I don't want you to just be a wave pool surfer. I want you to be able to take it out in the ocean and surf as well, because that's the thing he's not yet been able to do while he's surfing it." Man, actually, an absolute testament to that wave at Lost Shore. Like before he started working there, it was about 2 months ago. I had him on like a couple of lessons, and Gavner, and if anyone's been for a lesson up at Lost Shore, hopefully you've had a lesson with Gav, absolute legend of a dude. 5 take Gav, 15 take Gav, 22 take Gav, different every time. Excellent surfer as well. But Gav was pushing him onto waves, and even like he wasn't catching waves even then.
Yeah.
So then start working there, and now like actually I think the day we came down, he was on a barrel session. Just a testament to how quick. I mean that's 10 years probably. If you know surfing, certainly how I got introduced to surfing.
We've had this conversation so much with people this week about wave pool, and I've seen it myself in that last, in the last sort of 6 months, whatever, surfing the wave pool all the time. So it's mad, and that all went together this week, I think.
Definitely. I'll come to that in a sec. But so in my haste of not grabbing the cameras, I knew I wanted to grab my other board. I wanted to have 2 boards with me because I was coming in a car. I couldn't bring on my quiver. So I thought I'll have my rocket wide, which is a 5'11", and my mash up 5'10". That I'm happy. I knew there was waves all week, so that was going to cover everything for me. When he bought his board, I told him he had to buy his own bag. Oh, sorry, I bought him his board. My son, I said, you have to buy your own bag. It's quite expensive purchase it was for a board. And he didn't get one yet. So I was like, do you know what? My FCS day bag I've got, I like my boards to be really snug in the bag. Like I don't like them moving about because I've had a cracked tail before. I think it was at the wave actually, where I stood the board up in the rack in the bag, but for a minute the nose was held by how tight it was in the nose of the board, but then it just dropped. And it cracked the rail, so I like my boards to be snug. So the bag I've got is really fat in the tail, doesn't fit my rocket wide. And I was like, do you know what? You can just have this bag, and I'll go back. I'll use one of my socks for now, and I'll get a new bag.
So basically, you did get him the bag and the board.
Well, but yeah, he's done me over, any classic kids. He's done me right over. So, because I was tired when I got back to the resort to not grab all the camera gear, but my personal stuff, my boards live in my office. So I just grabbed my 2 board bags, are exactly the same in colour and everything else. I just grabbed the both of them, put them in the car. And it's when I pulled the board out, because I wanted to use my rocket wide on the first day, I was like, that looks like a very white mashup. I was like, shit, I brought my son's board. So, because it looked, from up here anyway, it was clean, wasn't it, that first morning, Tuesday morning at South Fistral. But it didn't look big or punchy, it looked a bit loose. I was like, do you know what, the 6 was probably going to be sweet. I took that down, and to your point about how you felt it this week, all that wave pool stuff has kicked in.
Yeah.
And actually, that's a deeper conversation because we had a lot of talk about that, where they do and don't transfer across. But oh my God, that first session in the morning on the Tuesday, it's not that by a long way I've had better waves, like better, like bigger, cleaner, whatever, faster. But how I surfed in that session it was almost like I was surfing at Lost Shore, like on a perfect wave. Because I do think if you're on a perfect wave that's not too big and it's punchy, you will surf to your ability, even a little bit above.
And that was on what?
And that was on Kyle's board on my 6-0. I mean, you're going to try and
I'm just going to leave it there. It's just a little bit of a bigger board, and I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to say anything else about that. I'm going to move on to my M23.
Right, good. I'm happy we'll leave it there because it's irrelevant.
It's so not irrelevant.
Really is.
You had the best surf ever on bigger equipment.
Yeah,
but
and if I'd taken my board, I would have had a better surf.
Nah, you wouldn't.
Anyway.
Speaking of bigger equipment, I took the M23 out all week, and
I thought you were going to say you.
Yeah, I've had an absolute, that same Tuesday, it must have been the waves as well, like the conditions, because I had the best ocean wave I've had on shorter equipment. Like I'm separated longboarding and like mid-lengthy stuff now. It's all separate, and on the mid-length, that is the best session I've had in the ocean, to the point I caught a wave and I did 3 nice turns on the wave, kicking up spray each time. So now I'm a whoopah surfer. And the best part of this is I come paddling back out so happy with the wave I just got off. I think I got 3 nice like top turns on it, and then I managed to come round and like kick off the back of it as well and come over the back of the wave. It's just a really nice wave, paddled out, all smiling, all happy, and your mate's so supportive, and was saying, "Oh, do you see that wave?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think that was the wind, mate."
So there was a lot of wind on that face. There was a lot of wind on that face.
Yeah, it wasn't you doing that. It was the wind. You absolute bellend.
On that session as well, because it was probably It wasn't huge, but
you
it was,
actually paid me a compliment and told me it was a good one on that session.
no, it was a
as well,
really
one of
good
those.
wave. You came back and went, "Did you see the spray on that?" And I was like, "I think it was the wind."
Yeah.
But on that session, it was maybe heading a bit.
Yeah, I think so.
It was
yeah.
quite fast. It was quite punchy.
It's just like super nice though. But I felt like everything, like you know, like a bit of it. We're going to a bit of it because it is relevant. But the wave pool of that perfect wave, you know, you're only going to get that condition in the ocean, like a wave pool condition, every now and then when the waves are perfect and sitting really nice. And when that does happen, if you're used to surfing that, everything clicked and everything was clicking on that day. And my movements felt good, my turns felt good. It felt like I was looking where I was going properly. Like everything had just like come together, and it was just such a good day.
There was one wave, I think it was actually my first front side, and we spoke about this before, like when we came down for Boardmasters, all I wanted was one good right to try and see if I was able to surf like I've been surfing in the pool.
Yeah.
And it was all
Didn't
bloody
happen.
lefts.
Yeah.
And the only time I got a right, there was just bodies of traffic in the way.
Yeah.
And at the start of that session, it was the first wave. And this is a testament for people that know me and know my surfing. Like, I am not afraid in any way, shape or form. Like, I don't feel like I lose any face. And if you think I do it, I really don't give a fuck about your opinion. But I will happily say if it's too big for me and I won't go near it.
Yeah.
And
there was a couple of days that we maybe should have said that.
well, I was this is regardless of the surfing, the fact that I was even properly taken off on waves that I would normally have like half-assed took off on and pretended.
Big drop down waves.
Big drop down waves. And again, why that's relevant is because I've got this horrendous pop-up because of my back. So try to go down a steep face with a bad knee-up pop-up is fucking challenging. So anyway, I'm happy that I'm taking off on waves I probably wouldn't have before, and I think that's a confidence in my ability that when I get to my feet I can surf it. And that's directly related to the pool.
I'm happy that I'm taking up on the same waves.
Yeah, no, fair. So I take off on this wave, and I've never had this before. Even I've definitely surfed bigger waves than that day, for sure. But I think I've angled my takeoff so much on them days, I'm just hanging the fuck on and hoping I'll make it.
Yeah.
But on this one, it was like a kind of straight hand drop, and I've never really had that feeling of having to wait for a bottom turn like that, and it was just like I was floating from the top to the bottom, and it felt like it was. I don't know. Most people, I'm sure, have done that, but there's a kind of new feeling for me, and I was like, that feels fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like waiting to just set up a bottom turn and then get a nice bottom turn, then go surf the wave. I was like, oh man, it was literally definitely the session of my life. Like just how well I feel like I surfed the waves, and then we got out because I think we had to go do whatever we were doing.
Right. Let's. Before we got out and then we did something else and then we got back in. We got out. I think we did an interview.
Yes.
And then you were like, should we get back in? And I said, it looks a bit fucking messy and close outy now. And you said, I think we should go for it. It doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
And I stand by that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Right. Now in the next sentence, let's see how much listeners.
Yeah, but until you go, you don't know.
That should be on a T-shirt. Until you go, you don't know.
Well, it definitely ramped up. We knew it was ramping up, but it probably doubled.
Well, so it was Tuesday afternoon because Tuesday evening it had like doubled up and it was like there was mad.
I think on the
surfing
Tuesday
going
night,
on.
though,
Tuesday night was
it had dropped off a bit in size.
But it was the videos of all like
but it dropped off in size. I think it peaked in the afternoon. And we went out, and it was absolute closeouts. It was really hard to get on anything. The offshore wind was horrendous. It was so fucking windy.
Flipped my board up in the air off the face.
Just pick away. So we did say on the way down, is this going to be a yin and yang? Should we just save the really good surf and not ruin it? Not that it ruins it, because you've got to have another one. Yeah. So we went out and we weren't catching fucking anything, and not for lack of trying. It was just so windy, and. I've been trying to apply this Ben Gravy metric of you got to go out and catch 10 waves and then you can go in. And so I was trying to do that, and then I was just happy to try and catch one. So it's like, if I get one, I'll be stoked. And that wasn't happening, so I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'll try and racetrack one of these closeouts on my front side. And again, that's testament to my own progression, even the fact I'm thinking of doing that. Like, I've got loads of mates that are like happy just to go on closeouts and whatever happens, but it's not for me. So race this bomb of a closeout and managed to kick off the back. Happy days. Literally in, out, that's it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, one more. I'm going to do one more closeout, but I'm going to try and do it on my backhand. And this fucking monster thing comes in almost immediately, actually, almost straight away. This monster thing comes in, and I'm like, fuck it, here we go. Take off on it, get to my feet, and I'm like, the board is chuntering so much with the wind, the size of it, the speed of it. I'm actually leaning my body into the wave to try and stay on my board. And I kind of come down, try and do like a really loose bottom turn, just with the intention of getting speed to kick off the back. And as I look up, this lip, oh my God, it is coming down at me. I'm like, fuck. And I know, and normally in the moment, I'm super instinctive and I just know where to go. I think that's just a testament to anyone that surf for a bit. You make them mistakes and you figure it out. And I just should have pencil dove off my board. And for some reason, I didn't. I knew I wasn't making it to the top. And I decided just to throw my back into the wave, thinking I'd push through. I mean, I'm literally at the bottom of the wave. This thing was a monster. And it folded my body clean in half. I think we've coined this phrase about it. It was like somebody had put me in a toasty maker and there was too much bread, there was too much filling, and they really put some effort into closing the thing. My head met my legs. I was folded clean in half. You saw my head do some weird shit as it came out of the water.
It's the best part of my day.
From behind. And it was like my neck was agony for days.
Oh man, all I saw was it was closing, and you it looked like you jumped, but I must have seen you jumping backwards to try and jump through it, but I saw your head just pop up, and then as it popped up, the wave hit you, because if your body was like that, it sort of did that fold as the wave came over, but it sort of hit you and threw you down as well, so it just bent you in all sorts of directions.
Yeah, but we went from that. We went from me having it was a pretty. It goes to. We were said this as well, like. It's Fistral. It's a fucking beach break. It's not heavy. Yes. But, like, no, but it's not. It's not that, you compare it to any sort of Cornish.
Look, do you know what? It's not the heaviest beach. It can be big and gnarly, but it's just not that. It's not. I don't
but if you're an Aussie
heaviest.
Coming here, like you're like this is weekend piss. Like we're just not getting that full energy swell.
Yeah.
But you just think, even if I compared a wave half that size in some gnarly spot, even just some beachy in Australia and Hossegor, like if it done that much, gave me that much pain.
Yeah.
Like imagine what a wave like that's doing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we went from a really bad wipeout to. I had my favourite hold down I have ever seen.
That I've ever seen.
Yes.
I had my worst hold down that I have ever experienced.
Oh, that's relevant. I wonder if the pair marry up.
So this was, when was it? Was this when we weren't going to be going? No, this was when we weren't going to be surfing.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, because we went. So it's Friday. So we were at the expo
Friday.
all day.
Yes,
doing interviews, recording stuff all day, and then we came back to get changed, and then go back to the Surfer Awards, thinking, it says Surfer Awards 6:30. They're not going to start at 6:30.
Yeah. And we did come back and get changed, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Just into wetsuits, not actual suits.
We weren't expecting it to be so good. Great Western was firing. Absolutely firing. So we thought, you know what, we've got an hour. We'd planned to come back and just chill because it had been a long day.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh fuck it, let's go for a surf.
Yeah.
And it was super fun.
So it was big as well. They were big and they weren't very powerful, so it was difficult to catch some of them. But every now and then there was like a bomb on there, and I got this. Well. You said you saw me go down and you're about 20 metres in front of me.
Yeah, well, I was sitting, and actually, I should say, there was a first session, I think, or no, maybe it was a second session. I'd taken out a demo board from Firewire. I'd taken out the, I think it was a 511 or 510 Dominator Pro. Yeah. So both I'm thinking of buying, so I've been desperate. I missed, while I was in Ireland, we were doing a demo day at Lost Shore, and I was obviously aware, so I couldn't try it. So I'd had it a few sessions, and the thing's like a pencil. Like, when there's a monster rogue set came in, and I was I wasn't paddling out towards it. I was happy I was going to duck dive it on that board. So you were like 25 metres in front of me, like further out. And I saw this monster, and I was like, fucking Pete's going to get obliterated here. And you just kind of disappeared. So I assumed you'd either made it over the top or you duck dove under it. So I kind of waited, and it was like, I don't know, like 5-6 seconds before it gets to me. And I ducked over it, and I came straight back up and sat immediately on my board. There was nothing else again behind it. And I'm like, where the fuck's Pete? Like, you weren't in front of me anymore. And I'm looking around, you weren't behind me. was like, what the fuck? And I was looking for a good while as well, and then I just saw a board come up. It was your M23.
I was so deep that the fucking, like, that says it. You couldn't see the board because the board was underwater as well.
Yeah.
And I could feel the leash tight on my leg.
Oh, you were tombstoning.
I was down far because I started kicking to get back up. And I was feeling like I was going nowhere, and I could still feel the leash tight. So I was kicking to get back up, and the board was still pulling up above me. And I think I got up, and it felt to me like I had really not a lot of breath left. And then the next wave, bang, straight on top of me again, and like I was pushed back down again. But it wasn't, like, you know, I've said before, normally I go under and I'm just like quite relaxed. I don't know what it was, but I was not relaxed that day.
Well, I know what it was.
What?
You got something to live for now.
Oh, maybe. Maybe there's that.
You did it then.
maybe there's that.
You've changed your tune of giving up every time you wipe out.
But it's like, I don't know, it's just, it was really like a
You were shaken by that, and to be fair to you, you covered easily 30 meters underwater. Like, that was a long ass time, because you would have been underwater before I had even thought about my duck dive.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So for me, it was fucking awesome. I was having a great time.
It was a fucking scary one. That was one of the most, I think that's probably the worst hold down I've had, because it fucking held me and dragged me, and I don't know where I was. Oh yeah, it is. I've had bad hold downs before, but I don't think they've been in as deep water.
No,
because I've said that one. I like started swimming and I hit the floor, so I must have been close to it anyway.
Yeah,
but like, yeah, that was like fully out of control. Didn't know where I was, getting just dragged. I could just feel myself getting.
I think I can tell
that
that will be, if somebody asks you now, if you were on a podcast and somebody said, "What's your worst wipeout?" That's probably going to be it. I got that impression.
Yeah,
and it's always a good reminder, though, to be reminded that we're not in charge in the ocean.
It is.
And I took that lesson from you. So
it was literally about me about to go. Just like, I really feel like my duck dives and everything are coming together, and I've like done 3 really nice ones in a row, and then it was just like.
But you know what though? Is I think with duck diving, you could be the best at duck diving. There are times where. I don't know, you just don't quite get the scoop on a rail, or it's a bit heavier, and it just fucks you. It's just how it goes.
Mate, that was fucking nasty. Also, we should talk about a fucking stupid Instagram video.
No. Before that, I just wanted to mention the demo board as well, because I wanted it, that Dominator Pro. Like, it's a board I've been really curious about. It's not. No, I was looking for it. It's in the other room.
It's not. It's outside.
It is outside, because I've just no. It's Kyle's board outside. I've just been on it, so it is in the other room. So this is pointless talk. Anyway, I wanted it as a 6. So this is a board that I've been really curious about, because I feel like as my surfing's progressing, my mashup's my go-to, as well as my rocket wide, and I'm really starting to see the difference on both of them boards, because I can take it out in the same conditions, obviously, and use it at different fins at the pool. But I feel like just because I am getting a little bit better, maybe it's not enabling my turns and stuff. And don't be fooled by the name Dominator Pro. It's not necessarily for pros. But
I said to you, I went on a Dominatrix the other day. Dominatrix 2.
Yeah, they're very different though.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, I thought it was the same sort of board.
Yeah. So but I wanted this board as a 6.0, because I do want the extra length, because it's very small in volume compared to my own boards. And also for this
that one's like a litre, isn't it, or something?
I think it's 30. I think it's 30, that one. But actually, we took it out the first night at fucking hell, almost high tide Town. What a fucking it was. Honestly, I don't normally get annoyed at other people in the lineup, because they're just doing their thing. They're just surfing, and it's busy for everyone. And to be fair, when we got in, I got on a wave straight away. I got a right, had space. So the fact I even managed to take off on a wave with so much chop and reverb off the wall coming sideways, I was buzzing. But clearly it wasn't a time to test the board. But my God, the thing felt lively. Yeah. It just felt right. And yeah, I won't go into that session too much. Like, everyone knows what high tide Town's like, but it was fucking carnage. And yeah, there was a point where I had to pull off of 6 waves, because there was physically nowhere to go.
Yeah.
There's no way I wasn't confident that I was making it round people, and it was just like, so after like the 6th one, I think I just looked at everyone that was facing me, and I just went, for fuck's sake, and just went and paddled over to the corner myself, trying to catch a sideways wave. Yeah. But yeah, the video you're referring to.
That's the day, and I was like, I can see why people start surfing above rocks and sketchy areas and stuff like that, because we, in the end, went over to the side and we were surfing over the rocks and in the corner. And we were just like, fuck it, there's no one here, so we'll surf here.
So then I don't know if it was the same day, maybe it was the next morning, I can't quite remember, but we surfed again Towan, and we went and seen Mike from Escape Surf School and Ruben, and there was like 2 people in. Tide had just started to drop out. It was glass. It looked really fun. It was solid as well. We went down, paddled at the harbour. By the time we got in, it wasn't like manic, but it was pretty busy.
Yeah.
It's a long ass paddle out. You went down.
Dropped a bit as well, isn't it? I think. Yeah.
You went down the wrong set of steps and had like a 30-foot drop in the harbour wall, and I was like, why is he going down there? And then I was questioning myself. So anyway, we make the long ass paddle across, like have a really fun session. And I think I'd been told off by the lifeguard for being out back for whatever reason.
I thought you were in between the red and yellow flags, but so far out that no one's swimming that far out anyway. You know, and there wasn't any swimmers on the beach anyway, so whatever. But I thought you said to me 10 more minutes, but what you'd said is 1 more wave.
Yeah.
And I thought you went like 10 more minutes, and I was like, yeah, all right then, whatever. And then you fucked off and I couldn't find you. And then I spent the next 20 minutes looking for you.
So I paddled way back across to the harbour, and obviously because the tide's still sucking out and it was still quite deep in the harbour, I paddled to the staircase, for those that know it, and then kind of got to the staircase. And there's no like railing to grab. Certainly when I got there wasn't. And I just tried to grab the concrete, and then I got off my board, tried to keep my board away from the concrete so it didn't get obviously smashed on the concrete there. And the rip just pulled the board away and then dragged me with it. I was like I was on a treadmill, and I had to start again. And I eventually get out, I get up the top, and I get changed. And it crosses my mind, I was like, where the fuck's Pete? Is he coming the same way? And then it crossed my mind that, because you've got a choice now, you either have to, if you get out the beach, you're walking miles through town and going round, or you're doing the harbour. So yes, I made a little Instagram story about it.
Yeah, and it's going to go the lazy way or the hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell the people, which way did I go?
It's competition time, surf fans. Me and Pete have just had a surf at Towan, straight out the harbour wall. I got back out, waiting for Pete. I made the paddle across, through the harbour, through the rip, made it up the staircase. I'm waiting for Pete. And the competition is, if Pete walks up this way from Towan, he manned up and he made the paddle. If he walks up this way, he went the beach route, whitewater. So what's your money on? Lazy way, paddle way?
Well, before I tell the people, most people, you're going to have an answer in your head. And I suspect 99% of people are assuming you went the lazy way. And I am pleased to say that those people
are 99% wrong.
And here's your answer, surf fans. He done the paddle route. Yeah. What you got to say, Peter? That's what Peter has to say.
Hey, he did come there.
I did go the hard way, and by the time I got there, the water had dropped down a little bit more than obviously when you'd got out. And I came to the steps, and the railing was on those steps, and I went to grab the railing and put my foot on the bottom step, but there was no bottom step. It's just a big fucking drop, like, because I came up the same steps and literally just disappeared under the water. Come back up like, what the fuck just happened? You know, like when you're coming down the stairs and there's an extra step and you don't expect it. Like that. It was like that, but on the water.
It's like when you go to jump over a wave when you're still walking out and there's a hole in the sand, so you just sink.
Yeah, it's one of those, yeah.
And I was going to say as well, because we surfed last night, and we got in at like 7, maybe before that.
I think it was later than that. Yeah.
Either way, but it was dark at 8 o'clock, and I was like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
How is it so dark?" It's like somebody just flicked
quickly,
a switch.
Yeah.
And what it didn't help was us trying to get the lockbox from underneath the car. Did it?
Oh, mate. I forgot about that. Jeez.
We got back up to the car.
Couldn't see there was no light, and I was like, shit. And where I had to put the lockbox on your car is so far back under it. That you need like a mechanical team to get it back out.
Yeah, it was.
And like a random thing, Mitch goes to this guy.
The random passerby. We're in the middle of nowhere, back street.
And so Mitch goes, "Oh mate, you couldn't help out 2 damn whistles in distress, could you?" And the guy goes, "Is that Mitch?" He's like, in the dark, yeah. He's like, "Oh, it's like someone he knows
so
from
random,
RAF surfing or something like that." It's like so random. He's like, "Yeah, sure." Just hands us his torch, and I got the box open straight away. But man, we should probably talk about the the Surf and Skate Expo as well, which is one of the main reasons that we're actually here this week.
Why we done the Cornwall edition. We thought we'd sort of combine the two.
Because we could have just as easily done Ireland because you were already there.
yeah. And I guess the camera equipment was closer to me as well.
They could have nipped back and got it.
Huge shout to Daisaio, the team at Wavelength, and obviously Longboarder Mag and all the other bits and bobs that go with it for putting together such an epic event. You know, these sort of events happen on the continent and the well-established sort of surf nations. You know, in the UK, like, you're a surfer, like, you know, we're well ingrained in it, but we're still a very up-and-coming sort of surf demographic as a nation. So to have an event like that happen, I don't know what you'd want to describe it as, a brand showcase, a brand
I'd describe
expo.
it as a surf and skate expo.
Well, fair enough. And yeah, we got invited to just come and host at that.
And Tony Alva was there.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even get to see him.
And again, that kind of sums up surfing, though, doesn't it? Like, we got to surf instead.
Yeah, we got to surf, but it's not just that. It's like the stuff of, like, I wanted to go and, like, just see him, chat to him, watch the skateboard demo. We've been so busy there. Yeah. And like we were saying, just to get anywhere and do anything, it was just continuously, like, people were saying to us yesterday, you both look absolutely fucking knackered, and it was.
That's probably the Crohn's, though. I'm always fucking knackered.
Yeah, but
so huge shout to Chris again for the invite. It's genuinely been epic. We had such a cool setup up at Wax, and thanks to them for the, you know, letting us use the CEO's office for our little recording laboratorium. So maybe we'll talk about a bit of the expo. Obviously, they cancelled the Sunday outside stuff because there is a nuclear hurricane coming in, which is a shame, but that's how these things go.
Mate, the brands of, like, stuff that was there, I mean, like, we've put a video up on YouTube that you can watch as well, and we did a full walk around and we spoke to most of the stalls. It was supposed to be like a 20-minute thing. It ended up being 80 minutes. So if you want to see what was there and, you know, what stalls were there, you can see that. You know, it's literally just a walk around showing you what was going on and what was happening. We chatted to a few of the stalls, and it was quite good.
I think it was good. I guess it was right at the start as you walk in. You see it in the video, but one of the coolest brands to work for has got to be Hectic, like the distributors, just with the brands.
They got the Super 73s just for that.
Just for that, and that's the electric bikes.
Yeah, they look like motorbikes a little bit.
Yeah, well, I guess yes and no. They look like a cafe racer sort of thing, but they're not like the Surrens with all the, you know, the balaclava clavin bell ends that cut about doing wheelies in town centres and stuff.
That was Mitch who said that.
Yeah, and I stand by it. These things, you know, they're completely separated from that, and we've looked at them. I actually thought you were going to buy one yesterday. Genuinely, you were close. But they distribute for Firewire as well, which is where I got my board from. And, you know, the team are just super cool. They were super friendly, super welcoming for us. They've got Arcade as well there, and so many other bits and bobs.
They've got so many brands underneath them.
Juice, never know how to say it. Juice,
Dice, Juice. Who's more loose about this is?
So huge shout to the team at Hectic, and thanks for welcoming us into your tent and everything else that went with that.
Do they cover, like, Sunbun as well and stuff like that?
Sunbun as well, yeah.
There's loads of it. And I mean, so there's that one, and then O'Neill team, I can't say enough good things about them. They were just super friendly, super welcoming. Like, Jan is like the dude.
Total
Jan
legend.
is like the dude from The Big Lebowski. He reminds you of the dude. He's just there, and he's like, like just everything's chill, everything's easy.
What did he say?
It should be. It strikes me as a job that should be so stressful about distributing O'Neill wetsuits to the whole of Europe, and he's just like, whatever.
Super chill.
Chill.
And tell us who you are and what you're doing here. And he's like, well, I'm here from Portugal, so I'm freezing my nuts off. Can I say that? You can say that. Well, that's what I'm doing.
And he was walking around in a pair of wetsuit boots because the ground was wet and his shoes had soaked through, so he just put wetsuit boots on.
That's looking after your brand to the next level, isn't it?
Yeah. And then the other guys... You won the golf.
Well, I don't know if I won, but I've never had more pressure to get a hole in one go, which I did.
And the other guys and girls there as well that were on O'Neill, they're all really nice people. They're just... Who was the guy that was talking to, like, the technical stuff? I can't remember what his name was.
I want to say it's Tom, I think.
I'm asking you because you're better with names than me. Really good. And then Kate, I want to say.
Yeah.
And the
Pro
three of them.
wakeboarder.
Yeah, like... like they were just all really nice people and like really just chatted to us for ages, gave loads of time to us.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying us, me. They give time to you because you're ambassador Nessin for them, but. Yeah, they didn't need to speak to me at all, but
No.
you know, they were
Most
nice
people
enough.
shouldn't speak
Most
to you
people shouldn't speak
either.
to us.
And I have to shout as well,
Go on.
the Cornwall mobile massage team, because they had a stand set up for
It stands out. That's where you were most of the time, just
Yeah,
getting
a
massaged.
stand set up for. I don't actually know who it was for because it was in the upstairs sort of HQ part.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was like for VIPs and people talking. I think.
Yeah.
So VIP still representing the VIP band over here. So yeah, right. Okay. So
Maybe you should get to the fucking point.
Special K's always telling me to go for a massage because I guess I never really stop and my body's tense all the time, and I just don't have the time to go do it. But because
Even though there's a massage place in your place of work.
yeah, I think I'm the only person at Lost Shore that's not had a massage. Well, I'm talking shit actually. I had a 3-second shoulder massage for a piece of content we were making once, and then I was devastated when I had to stop. But yeah, no, I should do that. So I booked on for one of the 20-minute tasters, and it was like a back rub with oils.
A back rub with oils.
What's wrong with that? It was back,
Nothing.
neck, and shoulders.
Yeah, I just like your simplification of it. It's just like a back rub.
Well, it's not. You don't need to complicate it. And it's in like because they do like mobile stuff, so they can come to your office, they can come to your house, all that kind of thing, and. So it's in the middle of the HQ room upstairs. So people are cutting about doing their thing. You know, it's like celebrities cutting about.
What is the best thing that you could possibly see when someone's rubbing you with oil and sorting your stresses out?
So it was like an upright chair where you face forward and it's got like the
toilet seat.
The toilet seat thing you put your head in. It's really comfortable. So you can only see obviously what's directly presented in front of you, kind of downwards as well. I cannot tell you how the yin and yang of having like the best massage ever whilst listening to Pete stood right in your face, or like all I can see is his fucking knees chatting shit about shit while I'm trying to have you've been doing this for long then, have you?
So what's been the highlight of your day?
Well, it's certainly not you standing in front of me.
just think you getting rubbed down and looking at this face.
It's like
I'm going to try and imprint this in your memory.
I'm going to shut my eyes.
And I'm trying to get a massage, and you're just speaking to the masseuse, giving me a treatment.
No, I was just trying to get her to fucking go harder on you so it hurt you more, and then get down in front of you with the fucking camera and take pictures of your face, because that's what you would have done to me.
Yeah, but it doesn't bother me when I do it to you. So I can't tell you how devastating I was. And I came out of there floating like you should from a massage, but then we were straight back into work.
Mate,
so I didn't actually get a chance to kind of enjoy that relaxation time. But honestly, if you're about in the Cornwall area, give these guys a shout on Instagram, Cornwall Mobile Massage. And
I tell you what, is the amount of people that said to us, you say straight back into work. The amount of people that said to us this weekend, fucking hell, you guys actually don't stop, do you? Like, you know, stuff like that. And it is like full on. And getting the surfs in have been even more knackering as well than normal.
But we've never surfed this much on a trip.
No, I don't think we had. Well, Lost Shore we did.
Well, I
it was
mean,
right
how
there.
can
But
you not,
you know, Brad FCS was down there as well, showing those new bags.
The 2026 range, like I mean, I to the point I stopped being subtle. I was trying to buy it.
Speaking of 2026 ranges, this is 2026 colour range.
You haven't mentioned that before. Well, I stopped being subtle with Brad, and I was like, dude, I want to buy this demo range off you right now. I will post it back to you so you can go show it to people on your exhibitions and stuff. It is so cool. We'll overlay the video now. But even from the luggage cases to the triple board bag cases to the standalone board bag cases, they all like mount and clip together, but they just look cool as fuck. Like I just want them for aesthetics over function.
Super cool. And he gave me some of the FCX patches that to
repair patches.
Repair patches. And these things look awesome. I think he did a demo. I don't know if it's on YouTube or we recorded it or Boardmasters recorded it, but when he was doing his talk, he did a demo with it. And it's a little bit like a Solares patch, but it's like next level. And they're really good ding repair things, FCX patches, and they do a kit of them as well.
There's nothing like it. Just if anyone's thinking, I know what you mean,
but they do
it's
like
brand
epoxy
new.
And
an EPS
version.
EPS
version, and you which depending on which board you've got, and it the way it sticks to it is as good as a repair apparently. So yeah, that stuff's awesome.
We met some super cool people. Loads of people came up
Right.
and told us about.
We
how
got to
much
surf with Cookville.
We did get to surf with Cookville.
Well, I say we got
finally.
to surf with Cookville.
We got to float.
We got to float because last night it was horrendous. It was the fact that it was like, right, there's some big waves coming through every now and then, which were just huge, and then the smaller ones that were coming had no power, and it was just really difficult.
Yeah.
I think I got half of a wave. I got 2 half of waves, so maybe it counts as one whole one because I got up to my feet and just jumped straight off the back because it was like that was going to close out and I didn't want to get sandwich makered. And the other one I just sort of got to my feet and then just pulled off of it again as well.
I think for me last night was the worst of the sessions because at least with a big day at Fistro, we got the waves I was trying to get.
Yeah,
but last night it was just one of them ones. I wanted to shout. Oh no! So loads of people came up and told us. One guy said he'd listened from episode 2, which is hilarious.
There's the guy that came up who was the guy that Leighton and I spoke about years ago when he saw Leighton's van.
Right.
And he was like, oh my God, is Leighton here? And he's like, no, he's out on site somewhere else doing some other job. And he was gutted. And he was like, that was me. And we're like, fucking hell. And then someone else said, oh, you mentioned me on the show before for something.
Yeah.
And there was a few people that came up and said they've listened to us, and like people like even is it Viv in O'Neill he listens, and he said he gets through like just putting the headphones on and listens to us while
to
we're
get to sleep at night.
get to sleep at night. Oh, who was it said they actually fall asleep and they wake up and our voices
still
like
going.
still going when they fall asleep to us and stuff like that.
That was one of the UK Surf Women Club.
Yeah,
said that.
Oh, that was a brilliant one as well.
So every day it always blows me away. People that want to come and say hello. There's a guy that was just looking for us. I think the whole weekend.
Yeah,
there was somebody as we were leaving the expo just stood on the grass going UK Surf Show. Top of his voice, which is cool. There's a couple of places I want to shout out personally as well. Starting with Hope Coffee, Cornwall, which is just a van that sits down on South Fistro. He waved it as the first day, and I thought it was somebody you knew.
I don't drink coffee, but if I did, I would have paid him a visit.
Yeah, for sure. And then I think I'd gone down to get my coffee because the only thing missing from...
And he was like, oh, you're not Pete. So, yeah.
The only thing missing from the Airbnb is a coffee machine, and I have to have a coffee to start my day. So Saul from Hope Coffee, Cornwall, absolute super nice guy. Hope your board's cured and you're able to get in on that board as well. I have to mention Dawn Patrol Coffee as well.
Dude, that guy listens as well.
He does, yeah. Super nice guy. He had like really flavoursome coffee. And actually yesterday when we were there, I was like, I think yesterday was the first day the tiredness had caught up because we went to sleep early, woke up late, and we just couldn't wake up all day yesterday. All I wanted was a coffee. Like Pete said before, we went down to just try and check out some of the stalls from a customer perspective because we hadn't done that. And we just got so roped into chatting to people. We didn't. It took me like an hour and a half to go get a coffee. So we got a coffee from Dawn Patrol. I got one.
You got a coffee. I went to the other thing and I got a Red Bull, but not a normal Red Bull. They've got this new flavour out, which is like this vanilla and blueberry or something like that. Absolutely incredible flavour of Red Bull that I've never tried before. I was like, oh, this looks nice. A new range or something that they're doing. Right. But I don't normally drink Red Bull, but I was so tired. I was just like, I just need something to wake me up.
I'm also going to shout Spray Cornwall. I think it's Spray Cornwall. It's the one on the beach in South Fistro down the staircase. That's what I've just been drinking now is my morning caramel latte with, what do we have? A Biscoff cake and a carrot cake. So
carrot cake is nice.
What an epic location.
Tide light, that looks cool as well.
Oh, the tide light, yeah. That was it's like, think of it like a cylindrical light almost. It's full of water and it changes. You set it to your
local break
or whatever your favourite spot is.
Favourite spot, and it will give you the tide, high tide and low tide, but in the light. And
based on the colour,
colour and depth of how much blue or white
honestly,
is on it.
It's
a cool little thing.
I would love to have. There's different sizes available. I would totally have that in my house. I think it would look really cool. But
drop in.
I don't know if anyone. I think it only got launched this week.
Yeah,
but the drop-in app, we've been working with these guys anyway at Lost Shore. And it's essentially, for anybody Cornwall based, maybe you know the Facebook group, the Pasty Connection. I don't like pasty. I never know how to say it either. Pasty. It's kind of like that, and it's like you can message on to say that is anyone driving from here to there? I'm after a lift to the beach, that sort of stuff. But this is an app set up. Think of it like an Airbnb or an Uber sort of thing, but validated.
Rideshare.
Yeah, car sharing basically. So you could, as a driver,
As a driver and passenger,
as we found out, as a driver, you can say, on this date, I am going from here to this beach, and I've got how many spaces, and I can fit these sizes of boards.
Yeah.
Or as a passenger looking for a lift, you can request on the thing to say, I'm looking for a lift from here to this beach, blah, 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 or along the route. And it will give you, they put a recommended cost, so the driver can change the costs based on their vehicle and the fuel economy and that sort of thing. But it's kind of like a recommended thing with reviews of the drivers and the passengers, so it becomes a really sort of review-driven platform. So it's just a great idea. I don't think there's nothing like it, actually, but it's an app-based thing, and it's free, actually, we should say as
before
well.
you say everything about them, they have been on the show, and they've done a drop-in section, so they'll be coming up as well. We should also thank Tiki for clothing. They gave us a load of clothing for this one as well, t-shirts and hoodies and stuff like that we've been wearing.
I'm loving this t-shirt, and actually, as much as it pains me to say it, kudos to you for picking me up this t-shirt.
Obviously, I'll pick you up some nice colours t-shirts.
Very me.
Yeah, I thought it would be. I know you like a bit of pink and a little bit of colour.
I got you the coloured Lost Shore hoodie you wanted.
No, you
I thought you were wearing it now.
You didn't get me the coloured one I want. I said I wanted the yellow one, so you got it for yourself. You absolute bellend. And
yeah, but as someone pointed out, you look pretty suspicious as it is. One of the episodes.
I've got a guilty looking
face. Exactly, and that yellow would just have made you look even more guilty.
Apparently yellow's a good colour on me. You didn't want me to have it because you don't want me to look good ever.
Yeah.
And so Tiki, and then you heard a good story. You went down to just take some photos and footage of Cotty speaking on stage.
Oh yeah, and you got a photo with me with all my mates. Well, I was trying to be professional, not disturb people watching. But I went down and listened to a bit of Cotty's chat, actually, and it was a really good bit because it's a story I've never heard before. And basically, it was when Cotty was starting out, and kind of a mate of his had reached out to him and said, "Come to Ireland." They were just trying to work on the big wave thing. Cotty was still a plumber, and he just sort of decided, like, I don't want to do this. This is not a career. And I'm a plumber. I can relate to that as well. I'm a fully qualified plumber, if you didn't know.
Yeah,
long time ago. That was relevant to something else that happened. There was a big picture of that. But anyway, Cotty was chatting about, they went to Ireland, and I don't know if it was Mullimore, but it was near Mullimore. And the guy had said, I found this spot. I've bought a ski. Let's go and do it. Cotty had never been on a ski, and I'm pretty confident he'd never done toe-in before. And they went out, and it was pretty fucking big. And it was Cotty driving the ski, and there's a video as well. So Cotty, the guy on the rope, actually kicks off the back. He doesn't take the wave, and then Cotty on the ski gets fucking pummeled, absolutely pummeled. This ski's brand new as well, right? I think this was in the 90s, I think, maybe, or maybe it was early 2000s. Anyway, the ski is just Cotty gets back to the ski, manages to right the ski up the right way, and the thing's completely dead, like it won't start. So he's near Mullimore, and the harbour's not that far away, so he's like, right, what do I do? I'll fucking swim it in. So he gets behind it, and he's just, I don't know if he's like front crawling or whatever, but he's paddling the fucking jet ski back to Mullimore Harbour, and he's sort of paddled for quite a while and looked up, and he's realised he's like fucking miles away from the harbour now.
It's the opposite of when you're paddling you get in the white water and you're paddling like fuck, and then you stand up and it's like up to your knees.
You've gone
like,
backwards. Yeah. So he's quite far away. He's like, shit. What do I do? So then he's like, do you know what? Bundoran, he's kind of been pushed up that way, which is more north, I think, if I remember right. He's like, I could probably swim it to that. So start swimming it to that. And I don't know, he's maybe been swimming it for like an hour and a half, something like that. And then the rescue helicopter out of nowhere comes round, does like 2 loops of him. He's got the jet ski, and the Coast Guard dude comes down on the winch, and the guy literally sits straight on the ski, and he's like, everything all right? And he's like, yep, just taking my jet ski for a swim. And the guy's like, do you want to lift back in? And Cotty goes, can I bring the ski? And the guy goes, nah. And Cotty goes, well, in that case, I'm okay. The guy just winches back up in the bird and fucks off. And he's like, did I just make a fucking massive mistake? So anyway, he's continued trying to swim the ski. And he said this headland this is another hour later or something, and the headland is now so far away. Like, so far away. He's thinking, I have fucked it. Like, this was a stupid idea. And then out of nowhere, the helicopter comes back, and it does the same thing, does like 2 laps, lands on. The guy's sat again on the jet ski, and the guy's like, right, so we've been monitoring your progress and you're literally going nowhere. Do you want to get on? It's like, yeah, I think so. And he left the ski.
What happened to the bloke who was on the back?
So Cotty said that when they were flying back, they went back over the harbour and he could literally see the guy just getting in, his mate just getting in, obviously
right.
without the ski. And he's like, I'm going to go tell him we don't have a ski anymore, sort of thing. Now, he said it was weird as well. Like there was no like paperwork from the Coast Guard or anything. Like it was just sort of like, it was like getting a taxi that you didn't have to pay for, but like in proper style.
Probably, now you've told that story, you'll probably get an invoice in the post.
Yeah, well, Cotty told us first, so it's not on me if you do. But do you know what? In fairness to Cotty, and I think it's a real testament to just him as a dude. Like he was sort of like, well, I guess that's the end of that. There's no point doing this. This was stupid. I'll go back on the tools. And it was actually his mate, whose ski has now been lost, was like, no, I'm going to buy another fucking ski. And, here Cotty is actually, he just won the award, Big Wave Surfer Award from the UK as well. Like, just what a fucking top dude. So, yeah, and there's probably a million more stories like that. Yeah. I probably should mention some of the awards as well. Like, I could not be happier for Callie for winning, is it under 18s female? I think it was.
Under 18s.
In the UK. And what's really cool about that is the votes were by the general punter. Yeah. Not just some sort of industry thing. Yeah. So what I'm really pleased about within that is I genuinely think this, and maybe it's a bit of biased nature because, I'm Scottish, I'm from up north, but I think it's much harder for a kid from up north to get any recognition by a brand and people, because you're just not, you could come down here on a good day and, be the one to get that really good waves. Like, these Groms can all fucking surf. They can all charge. Yeah. So I think it's easier for kids down here to get a bit of recognition.
But she's also got two good advantages. Is one, she's got one of your favourite places where she surfs. And two, she's also got the biggest and best surf resort in Europe to train in as well.
Yeah, but I mean, that's only been open 10 months as well.
I'm saying that, but like that, yeah, it's fair play to her, and they're a nice family as well.
Amazing family.
Emily Curry as well. We interviewed her while we've been down here, and she actually said to us one of the most favourite podcasts she's ever done. It was so chilled and relaxed and fun, and she won best female surfer.
Yeah, and I have to shout out
surfer, longboarder. I can't remember what all the awards were now.
The Skinners in general, like, pretty much swept up as you would expect. So Ben won best longboard shaper and shortboard shaper. I've actually never ridden one of Ben's shortboards, but I mean, I see everybody's out on them. It's great to see. Yeah. Lucas won best under 18 male, or was it best male?
Both, I think.
Was it both?
Yeah.
So again, it was just, who else won? Yvette won as well. Has been on the show.
Yeah, she won.
And Zoe Smith, parasurfer as well. Not sure if we missed anyone.
More people there.
There must be more. But it was
Phil Williams was everywhere.
Phil Williams was
now
everywhere.
That he's got clones.
He has,
of your story. Look, Phil Williams has got clones. And we were speaking to him, and he said, chatting to Phil Williams, and he was even like, or is it the real Phil Williams? You don't know.
He's coined it as well. Actually, he was in Ireland when we got there as well, which is hilarious. And I should say, actually, in Ireland, the Airbnb I booked for myself and Martin, the photos didn't really... Oh, there's two things. So the photo, because we obviously turned up so late because we went the fucking wrong way. And the photos, it just kind of looked like a regular, Airbnb flat house, and it had like an inside staircase, and I was like, that's really cool. Martin's gonna be buzzing. So firstly, when we arrived, because we landed, we got to the first Airbnb, which was a complete wrong place, at like 10:30 at night, having driven 2.5 hours off the ferry. And then a message to guest we're outside, and she's like, no, you're not. I was like, I am. She went, where are you? And I went on Google Maps, sent her the name of the street, and she went, that's in Northern Ireland. And we was like, yeah. And then you're nearly 3 hours away. So anyway, we get there like after midnight, and kudos to the guest, because she waited up to let us in and stuff. But when we got there, and no word they were like, this is true, because it was one of them Airbnbs it's quite awkward to find. Yeah. So there was almost like, I guess in the army we'd call them tack signs, but like signs. There was a sign out, somebody at the airport saying, Pete Skelton, and an arrow, and there was the arrow. There was two of them, and both of them said the same. There was the arrow to find the way in initially, but the name on the thing. And bearing in mind, this is booked through Airbnb. There's no Instagram, nothing of that sort of stuff. Yeah. What do you think the name was on the sign?
Scottish Surfer.
It was. It genuinely was. And we got in, and it was a church. It was a converted church, but it still had all the churchery. Like, I'm not a religious guy.
churchery.
Yeah, I think that's the word. It's like my skin was burning on entry. It was like a spaceship coming back into the world. But all the altar was still there and stuff like that. And we were in there, and we had a conversation about why we were like so late and stuff, and how we got to where we got to.
Went left on a right.
She was just like, Are you the Scottish surfer? Like, how the fuck do you even know that? So my son's a surfer. It was so random. But yeah, so I mean, is this a blasphemy? I don't know. But because I'd had after my surf, I needed somewhere to put my mostly dry wetsuit, and I may have hung it on the altar.
Don't know.
Is that a blasphemy?
That's a you thing. I don't. Well, if it is, the whole converting of the church must be a mega blasphemy then.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's put it back on them. Yeah, but ultimately, really, what God was wanting to enable my surfing.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, well,
and yeah. So it's been.
Do you know what? It's been absolutely epic, and like Chris and the team for putting that on they've done a hell of a job to the point where I've seen people who've done events before and they are stressed to shit.
Yeah.
They had everything so well prepared. I think all the stress has been before this, and they could actually partly enjoy it as well. Shout out to Talk M23. That's honestly that board, like, for letting me use that board. It's been absolutely incredible, and it's just it's done so much for my surfing, and I really fucking like the board. I think it's amazing. To be fair to you, how much you ran, and not just on the show, to everyone else that fucking will bear a conversation with you, how much you big up that board. Like, I know you're not just saying it. It's fucking awesome. Like, it's just what it's done for my surfing, and other people are going to be different. Someone's going to use it and go, "It's a fucking piece of dog shit. I hate it." Like speaking to you, some people like it. I fucking hate it, to be honest. But it's one of those things.
Well, I've not ridden it. So.
Yeah, but no, it's just what it's done for my surfing and the things it's connected and allowed me to do. Like, I'm surfing like equipment that side to the best I have ever surfed. Like for myself, I can't say everyone's going to feel the same way, but it's making me connect turns. Like, I thought, like, first of all, I'm trying to do just a cut back, and then I'm looking at it, I'm like, actually no, I'm going in like cut back roundhouse, because I'm cutting back on it like in a wave pool, pulling back and trying to get into the foam and then pull back up onto like the top of the wave, so it's that full motion of round. And I'm getting there. I keep like missing parts of it and stalling back too hard. But I noticed on one of the waves in the ocean, I put all my weight on the back foot, and the board literally from going, and it just went boom and stopped dead. And I was like, that's fucking new. Like, literally. So I think if you're going to do barrels on that, you could just put a bit of weight on your back and it would stall it right into the wave. So it'd be interesting to try. And
it's probably fair to say there isn't a lamppost or staircase in Newquay that hasn't connected with. If you ever go for a surf with Pete, honestly, try and be like 20 metres away from him at all times. Yeah. He is the most oblivious person when it comes to kind of, oh, but a gust of wind came. Pete, it's been windy since fucking Tuesday. And it's even worse. I literally said to you that day before we surfed Great Western when we missed the awards, I was like, Pete, will you stay the fuck away from me on that board? You just like da 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 da, and then a set wave comes and the fucking board's nuclear everywhere. It's all good. Like, I swear he's determined to hit me with that thing. Hey, it's a talk board. It's going to kill me. Break anything it hits. Exactly. Like, literally, I've demolished buildings in Newquay with it. No doubt. I've seen it. The fucking staircase is a little bit shorter now as a result of you. You know, like when you're standing above like Tolkien in Newquay, that talkboard, you just throw it off the top and pick it up when you're down there. Like you did. So it's been a great week. It's been a fantastic week. Epic. I'm getting a little bit of control of my bowels back, which is great. Lovely. Yeah. People can stop hearing about that for a while. Hopefully. Then I don't want to hear about it. Never mind. Yeah. And and then I think we've got so many fucking episodes now, from Lost Shore ones to come out, drop-ins, and episodes we've done down in Cornwall. Man, I don't think we need to go away in February or March. No, maybe we just do a surf trip without, maybe do one episode. And that's how we justify it. Yeah, maybe. So thanks you everyone that's supported the show. Thanks everyone for listening. It makes stuff like this happen. Yeah. Thanks to Alex for this Airbnb. It's been absolutely fantastic, with a fantastic location. And if you can move it closer, then we'd be grateful for next time.
Yeah, literally, you want to step out onto the beach, don't you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, just not across the road. And everyone who's hosted us, helped us, and done everything, it's been absolutely amazing. And anyone we've forgotten, thanks.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
You.